The Impressions Expo is right around the corner and we are about to hit 2024 running. I have got one of our speakers coming up who will be at Long Beach and Atlantic City, Stan Banks with T-Shirt Side Hustle. Stan, thanks so much for joining me. Are you getting excited about the Impression shows in 2024?
Man, I'm excited to travel, get back to LA. That's first and foremost, but I always look forward to going to shows, not only to see the audience of people that I've helped over the years and that I've met and come to know, but also to see what's new. If you're going to attend any show in a year, you have to attend Long Beach, and that's what I've felt since 2020, since I went to my first one, because that's the showstopper. That's where everybody comes out. You get the biggest displays. More companies are willing to travel in because of the amount of attendees and the location and everything there is. So I'm always excited to go to Long Beach.
Absolutely. Long Beach is where it's at. I know last year we had an incredible event, and this year is certainly shaping up to be even better. So I know that the Shop Talk schedule is getting worked out right now. You'll be out there with Rick. What can you tell us that you guys got up your sleeves?
Man, a lot of free education from industry experts, and that was one of the things that drew me into becoming more of a participant to it. I think the information that is shared there is invaluable. One of my favorites was recently just talking about emotions and different things like that go into proper screen burning, but you get to come out and you get to see some of the industry experts on a lot of topics. And I got to see the guy who does live printing. I think it's liveprinting.com, but he does nothing but live printing events all around the country. As a person looking to get some information in different little segments, you can pop in to the scheduled talks that you actually like or you want to hear from, and then you can go right back to the show. So it's an open format, and it's really, really interesting to see some of the people speak who typically they may not have a class that you may be able to go to or somewhere else. So it's really interesting.
Yes, the Shop Talk stage will be located on the show floor there in Long Beach and also in Atlantic City. So you get that energy of the trade show floor surrounding it. If you're an attendee, you can kind of walk the floor, pop over, hear some great education, and then, get right back out to it, and go see the exhibitors. We'll be looking forward to seeing what's in store, your sessions, and then, of course, anything that you're moderating and helping out on over there. I know you'll be very busy. Now, you talked about the classrooms, too. You have got something, the Symposium, though, with some of those lessons that you wish you would have known when you started your business to now. And you've got great sidekicks up there with you. So why don't you tell us about the Symposium?
First off, I'll be joined by Mel and Zach, which are two amazing people with their own stories. I think the beauty about this is we all have different stories. We all come into the industry via different channels and go in different places with what we want to do. Mel was on Shark Tank, and then she sold the brand and she got it back. And it's just a lot of stuff that goes into it. Now she works with All Made, and then Zach as a big brand printer for his own brand, and now works hand in hand with Rock, and then myself, who just chose to help people grow their businesses online and kind of educate people. So we all got different stories about what's going on, and we've all learned a lot of different lessons the hard way. So coming to the Symposium is a place where one, you won't be judged, right? Because we're putting it all out there, some of the struggles that we had going into it, but also let you know that there's a community of people there to help you. So if you're looking to grow, if you've just gotten there from this is your first show, you only maybe been in for a few months or even longer, but you're looking to grow and be around some networking people. The beauty about this to me is I don't talk about these topics on the internet. So one of the things that I was saying is, hey, let's make it something where people have to come. So you don't see the bits and the bites from either one of us unless you actually show up in person to the Symposium at this event, which makes it really, really interesting to come out and see. And then we're really there to help and share some experiences. My talk has changed. Zach doesn't use a PowerPoint. My talk has changed even up to now because I'm still learning. I'm still adding different elements to what I have going on, and I think it's more information to be added, to be shared as I go. So even if you've been to another one, you might want to pop in because we got some new information since things change really, really fast in this industry.
That's great. No, we love that exclusivity. And, you know, when you're in the classroom too, the one thing, your talk, even if it was the same, some of those questions that you're getting from the audience and, you know, as an attendee, what your peers are asking, that's never going to be the same. So that gives you a chance to answer questions. And I know you guys all stick around afterwards to talk with people, right?
Yes, you're right, because you know when people ask questions, they have interactions with you. Those can't be scripted, right? And I don't tend to script anything, right? But I think those can't be scripted, and you're trying to actually apply something that we've all learned or done to the question. So when it's all said and done, we go back to back to back, and then we come back all together and we sit and we answer questions for the audience. And I think just from the interactions after, I remember a school teacher came up and she's trying to empower kids through this industry and different things like that. So some of those interactions, you know, you can only have in person, and that's why I really encourage people to go to shows if they can attend Long Beach. But even if they can't find a local show or one close that you can travel to, simply because you don't get that interaction through the internet, on YouTube, or just through a chat in the DM or anything like that, you can really build some long-term camaraderie by going to these events.
Yes, making those in-person connections, learning from other people who are going through the same challenges. You know, we're all working on these things, and so you're not alone, and you definitely find that at the trade shows. So we are really glad to have you all doing that once again. I know it's always popular. You know, Stan, what advice would you give somebody who is kind of ending their year here in 2023 and they're gearing up for 2024, planning for the year ahead? What advice would you give them here as we go into the new year?
Man, oh man, if I had to give, I guess I'll give two things. First and foremost, get your business in order, right? We know it's tax time and we all hate it. But going to next year with that stuff in order and kind of a plan, because we already know we're going to get off of that plan anyway, but having something that you can zero in and an idea of where you want to go throughout the next year. You know, it's like we blink an eye and the year's over. So if you don't have that plan, you have no idea where it is that you're going. And then the second thing is, I am struggling right now with websites, right? Like people not having websites in the industry for a number of reasons, but I think that everybody needs to have a website in this industry, no matter how established you are or not established you are in this process. But also, websites don't just work. By putting them up there, it's not going to bring you any added business. You have to actually put some work in order to make that website work for you. It's an investment that you have to make. And we should really be trying to target our local areas. A lot of people want to come on social media and say, how do I market on social media? How do I market on social media? When they're not taking advantage of their local area, which is where most of the business for common folks that I've met and with large print shops, most of their business is dealt local. So I think those are two things that I would focus on: getting the business in order, and then making your website, not only having it available, but finding ways to make it work for you.
Excellent advice. And right now is a great time to work on that. That's a perfect action item for the beginning of the year, and you can kind of do a little planning right now during the holidays. So, well, Stan, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to let you get back to it now. If anybody watching this wants to connect with you before the show or, you know, in between, how can they do that?
So you guys can find me on all social media platforms, Tshirt Side Hustle, and I actually just rebuilt the new website with all the master classes and different things that I've had available to kind of help people get their business in order and try to grow their shops or businesses to the level that they want to be at. So you can find that at tshirtsidehustle.com.
Excellent. See, you're talking the talk, walking the walk, telling people to do their websites. You got something new on your website too. Well, yep. Thank you so much, Stan, and thank you so much for watching, everybody. Remember that registration for Impressions Expo Long Beach and Atlantic City, both of those are open. You can catch Stan and all of the great content and exhibitors at both shows. So register today over at the Impressions Expo website. We will see you in 2024.